Hello, I'm Dennis Quaid. Today, educators are seeking unique and creative ways to better engage with students. Join me as we explore the diverse teaching methods impacting the way we learn.
AI, robotics, autonomous vehicles, renewable energy, smart cities, gene editing, geoengineering. These emerging technologies can transform how we live our lives, how we organize society, and even what it means to be human. Yet how do we ensure that such advances are truly progress? New discoveries raise complex questions that need to be explored not just in a technological sense, but in social and ethical senses as well.
So many of the contemporary problems that we're facing today, whether it's about trying to find ways to manage climate disruption or how it is we can preserve our human dignity in the face of AI and automation, or even how we think about making wise choices when we have these new powers to edit our genetic heritage. We really need new thinking. We need new imaginations. We need ways to approach these problems drawing in from a lot of different disciplinary perspectives. And so it's not about just understanding the technology and what the exact scientific invention is, but it's more about trying to think about technology in society and how our social values matter, about how different political priorities come in to infuse the technology in new ways.
Thinking about innovation in the context of society is really important because the technologies that we decide to create and use are really influenced by our culture, by the society we live in, and then once we start using them, they really influence our society as well. And so really thinking about technologies as being embedded in society and influenced by society is an important perspective. In our work, we really think it's important that we have a broad range of people that are thinking about the social and ethical implications of technologies. And that's because those questions are really different depending on who you are, how you live, what your values are. And so there's no one set of experts that can kind of figure out what those questions are and answer them.
We all need to think about innovation socially as well as technologically. We need to rephrase the question from how can we to how should we innovate.
True innovation is really interesting because some of it is not all that intentional. Things get created, innovations happen, and then they're adapted by society or rejected by society. Not all innovations actually become part of our life. Some move forward because they have economic benefits for some folks. Some of them move forward because everybody wants to adapt them because it makes their lives easier or it makes their lives more enjoyable. Some innovations happen to actually prolong our lives and help society as a whole.
So there's a concept called innovation in society. It can also be called technology in society. And this concept is incredibly important because what it does is it recognizes that technology and society are not separate things. That when you have technological change, you also have social and ethical and political change. And that recognition means that attention to society, attention to ethics, attention to law needs to go along with attention to the underlying scientific and technical parts of the innovation. We're at a point where the way we address innovation is not just by asking what can we do, but by asking what is it that we should do and how should we do it. And universities, with the vast array of different disciplines, with the presence of social science and humanities, not just science and engineering, are quite capable and even historically have done an excellent job in raising these should questions. And because there are so many of these ethical and social questions that move along with the scientific and technical questions, we need to be asking, how should we be doing this? Not just how can we do this? We need to be asking these questions with scientists and engineers together with humanists and artists and social scientists. How should we be innovating? How should we be facing the future?
We're glad you could join us today. I'm Dennis Quaid. See you next time.